Hey everyone, Reborn 8 with R8 Gaming. Welcome to another episode of Driver Side Chats. I only did 2 last week because I had some time off to enjoy the end of the year. But spent most of that time, well, I was with my family, my wife and son, but I was sick, so that kind of sucked. Pretty much my New Year's was spent, I think I was gaming, actually. Hey, actually kind of a great topic to talk about right now. I wasn't going to, I was kind of thinking when I was leaving work today, excuse me, still getting over a cold, what I wanted to talk about. And actually it's not going to be a game review today. I kind of wanted to talk about why I game, not really why we game, because I don't really know why you game, but it's kind of an interesting thing because I've had people like ask me, when I tell them, you're a gamer, they'll ask me like, why do you game, or they like all of a sudden they have this idea, what I'm like, because I'm a gamer, and it might be it's usually totally off from what they're thinking, But myself, I started gaming, I'm 40 years old now, and I started gaming in the early 80s. So this is back in the day. My dad bought me my first computer when I was 10 years old. This is a computer that I think had a VGA monitor, very simple colors. I had Commodore 64, Atari, all that stuff too, but this was actually my first computer. What kind of got me into PCs, this had it took the old 5 1/4 inch, I think, floppy disk. I mean, these things barely held anything. Back in the day, computers, they didn't have RAM, random access memory. So when you shut the computer off, everything was lost. So, I mean, having the first disk drive that could hold anything was a big thing. So it was nice, to be able to have some type of medium to store a little bit of information on. And my first game was actually Microprose F-15 Strike Eagle. Now, for those of you who remember this game, it was a very simple but very well known and like one of the first flight simulators out there for the computer. Mainstream, I guess you could say. This is a very archaic looking game, but I played that game for hours. Literally hours, and it just had really simple graphics. But when you don't have that much, you enjoy it. You don't know where things are going to go. It's like the graphics that you're looking at nowadays on your computer, where we are right now with gaming, it's probably going to be archaic looking in 10, 20, 30 years from now. So when you're living in the moment of what's high tech, you think that's cool, and you got to enjoy it, realizing that it's going to get better, but you enjoy it while it's going on. So, I mean, I bought a lot of different games for that computer, and, as I went on and got older, I just kind of kept doing it, I didn't get away from gaming, and I use gaming as it's entertainment for me. With the movie, I got to go to a movie, and I love movies and everything, but, with the game, I can just, right there on my computer, boom, I'm into my alternate universe or into my alternate personality or whatever I want to do, and it's cool. I like that ability to do that. It's not, some people say you're trying to escape reality. No, it's not like I'm trying to escape reality. Reality's here. This is just entertainment in reality, It's like the games that I play, like right now I'm playing like this called the Euro Truck Simulator. I'm driving a truck around. That's another thing with gaming. It's like I can do things that I can't do in the real world, or kind of experience, and it's fun, I didn't really think that driving a semi-truck would be fun, but it is kind of cool, I'm listening to the European channels, and it was funny last night because I'm playing like at around 9, 10 o'clock at night, and it's morning time over there, and they're talking about the new year starting off, the first day back to work and everything, and you know, the experience, you know, with the graphics and everything that we have nowadays, you can get really immersed into a game. Look at Alien Isolation. I mean, that game there really pulls you in. You know, if you're in a dark room, you got headsets on, something drops, boom, you're going to jump. That's the thing with gaming. It allows you to not just see a movie, it allows me to be in the movie, an active participant. And I think that's the cool thing about gaming is like you can dictate. You know, you look at certain games like Skyrim. You know, you're just given a whole open world to do things in, to make your mark in. I think that's the big thing with gaming. When you play a game, you can make your mark in that game. And that's a cool thing because maybe the mark that you make in the real world, you don't really think it impacts that much. But when you're in a game, the decisions that you make in a game are very impacting on that game. So, does it make you feel like you're larger than life? Yeah? Can it give you an ego? Yeah? Is that bad? No, I don't think so. As long as you know how to handle it. And for me, gamers are the coolest people. Now, I've gone to different gaming conventions. I've gone to, you know, PAX Prime up in Seattle like either 4 or 5 times. I've got a Comic-Con, WonderCon. And I'm not saying that all these people that go to these things like Comic-Con or WonderCon are gamers, but I would say a fair majority of them are. And they're just cool people. You know, they're very laid back, easygoing, and it's like a gamer looks at the world a little differently. I can't really explain how we look at it or how I look at it differently, but it's like I kind of think of myself as kind of being very laid back, almost because of being a gamer. You know, it's like the mistakes, I'd rather make the bad mistakes in a game than in real life, and, you know, games are more forgiving, so I can get away with making those bad mistakes. But I also learn a lot from games, too. You know, like Assassin's Creed. I don't know how much I learned on history. You know, I cross-reference stuff, but not the Black Flag one, but what was 4 or 3? The one, it had a lot of history with American history. And it was funny how they did it, you know, how they went about, you know, there's so much reading involved and everything else, but I love it, you know. I love all that information. You know, I love to eat it up, you know. I mean, you can get a wealth of information from gaming. Certain games, that is, you know. Other ones, you can just learn how to be frustrated, but other games, there's a lot you can learn about the real world that we live in today. And, you know, they challenge you. I think they keep you on my toes, games. You know, I like Portal. Gosh, I still have a hard time with that game because, you know, it makes you think. So it's like, oh, guess I'm a gamer that doesn't like to think. Give me an FPS, first-person shooter. I just want to go around and shoot people. But no, it's not like, I mean, even in those games you have to think. Whatever game it is, there's some type of thinking involved. Some it's just a different type of thinking than other games. Strategizing and everything else. But I game for the entertainment purposes of it. The community. I like to support game companies and studios. So, you know, I'm always trying to, especially nowadays, looking at, you know, I've been looking at more like indie games and everything else. And, you know, I want to support the gaming industry where I can and have the time and energy. You know, I have a son and a wife, so does that take time away from my gaming? Yes, but, you know, I think my son will probably be a gamer too, you know. If he isn't, that's cool, but, you know, when I game, he wants to sit on my lap. You know, he understands an Xbox controller, you know. He's almost 2.5 years old, so, you know, hopefully, you know, if you guys have kids out there, whatever, they're the next generation of gamers. But, you know, this generation, I'm 40 years old. I plan on gaming for a long, long time. I don't think I'm going to get to that point where I'm too old to game. Now, I've already passed that. I passed the point of no return on that one. You know, I'm married, I got a kid, and, you know, I can still game, and my wife is supportive of it, you know, she doesn't mind it, keeps me out of the bars, so, but, you know, it's entertainment, you know, and my wife's she's not a gamer, it's not like so, really, I'm the only one in our household that games, but, the gaming theme is all around in our place, you know, I talk about gaming a lot. I wear a lot of gaming apparel, and I'm always checking out gaming events and everything, because to me, it's a very cool culture of games and gaming and gamers, and I don't see it changing at all, you know. So, I mean, that's pretty much the chat for today. Hope you enjoyed it. Have any questions? Tell me why you game, you know. What are some of the things that cause you to game, or why do you game if you want to? Share your experiences. Let me know. As always, R8 Gaming Reborn 8, game on.